She is your hardest working soldier. It's hard.
Every time I ride it, every time I ride it, make it look so good, try to justify it. Oh, you know they're looking for me, how we gonna hide it, riding like I drive it.
Hey girl, hey, it's Aliyah. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're already a subscriber. If you are new here, we're happy to have you. And today we're going to be chatting about body care. I feel like I don't do a lot of body care videos, so I'm super excited to get into this. And I'm going to give you some tips and tricks to keep your skin looking nice and healthy and glowy. If you are a dry skin girly like me, I am a snake skin girl so bad. And improving the health of my skin has been like a lot of trial and error. Some things that I've done on my own, some things through the help of my dermatologist, some things through the help of other dermatologists that I've worked with, all the things. Not to mention, I am on the road to medical school, and I do have a little bit of background in dermatology. I am a certified medical assistant, so I have worked in derm and plastics, which also has some things to do with the epidermis. And yeah, you know, so here is my knowledge, trial and error, things that I've learned, and hopefully I have some tips in here that might help you out. So let's hop right into it. Before we hop into it, let's also address the elephant in the room. I do not have nails on as I'm recording this video. I have a nail appointment later on today, but I took my nails off yesterday. So we don't have nails right now, and I don't want to hear it. They look gross. They look gross. I know. But that's okay. Okay. First tip, water is going to be your best friend. Water is your best friend. Water is your buddy. Like, that is my plumping, moisturizing girl. She's good. If you've ever been here to watch any of my hair routines, then you've probably heard me mention that the way that I moisturize my hair starts with water. It starts with me locking in those water molecules. And the same thing goes for my skin. We get a little bit more into locking in the water molecules, but stepping into the shower, first thing is that water is going to touch you. Before you use any soap, before you do anything else, that water is going to touch you. And I know you're going to hate to hear this, but scorching hot water is drying your skin out. And I know you're like, girl, I don't feel clean. I don't know how you expect me to shower without the water being set to hell. I know. I hear you. And this took me a long time to understand as well. And like, I have been hearing it since I was a child, and I just refuse to believe it. But once I actually started implementing that information, it made it so much easier. So for me, the thing was, I would start with whatever my normal shower setting was. And before I got in, I would just turn it down like a teeny tiny bit. And I would just do that every time until it's still like a pretty warm shower, but it's not scalding hot. Because you have to think about your skin. Think about like a piece of salmon. Have you ever seen salmon, to take off the skin, you like pour boiling water on it and the skin will kind of like shrivel off the actual like salmon fillet? Same idea with your skin. Your epidermis, like your skin is like shriveling, like trying to protect itself from all that external heat, which is causing more dryness. And if you're like me, I experience texture when my skin gets really, really dry. And you're just making the process harder. You're making it harder for your body to lock in all the moisture during your shower routine. And after your shower routine, you're making it harder for your skin to retain moisture by putting into that like heat wave shock every time you hop into the shower. So just turn that water down just a little bit. Start with just a little bit and move your way down. And like, you'll also notice as you do this, and it's not as hot all the time, your skin just it's gonna look better. It's gonna feel better. It's just gonna, you know. So that is tip number 1. Tip number 2, we're gonna clean our skin before we hydrate it. And there is a lot of information about this. You can do as you please, but for my personal skin, I like to clean it with the Dove antibacterial soap. I've used the Dial Gold Bar. I've also tried the dandruff shampoo thing to clean my skin, but the Dove antibacterial care has given me the best results without overly stripping and overly drying my skin. The Dove, the Dial Gold Bar, you know exactly what it is. Your grandma got it in her house somewhere, I swear. I used that. I bought like a 3-pack because I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And specifically on my porous areas of my skin. So the most porous part of your entire body is actually the bottom of your feet has the most porous. So the bottom of your feet, your armpits, around your groin specifically, you don't want to put antibacterials into your lady part because you're not trying to dry out your labia. Your labia has her own bacteria, your vagina has her own bacteria that you're trying to preserve, so you don't need antibacterial soap there. There are soaps for that. Gentle soaps do just fine there, but yeah. But and underarms. So underarms, groin, and bottom of your feet. I actually use this on my entire body as my first wash. If I'm not using like bar soap or anything, it's just a natural habit at this point, and eliminates 99% of bacteria. So cleaning my skin, getting all the dirt off my skin, getting all the sweat off my skin, getting off any bacteria, because sweat plus bacteria equals what? BO, right? But you're also giving yourself a clean layer to go in and re-moisturize your skin. Now, we already have that cooler water. That water is going to help lock in the moisture. That a lot of that plumpness and glowiness that we're missing from our skin isn't just oil, it's not just glycerins, mineral oils, or so forth. It is simply water. So to be able to remove all the extra product that we have on, all the scents, all the bacteria, all the sweat, and give your body a chance to really like kind of suck in all of that water, as much of it as it can take into those beautiful, beautiful layers of skin, and it's going to start retaining moisture a lot better. So I like to clean my skin first, and you can use whatever you want. This is just one of my first wash options. Also, if I don't have this and I'm like out of town or something, I do like to use the Sensitive Skin Dove bar. I like the bar more than the body wash for the sensitive skin Dove. I don't know why, but that's just my preferred method. And that one's really, really good too. And I can keep a bar of soap. Like I can travel with a bar of soap more easily than I can with like an entire container of body wash. So we clean it first, right? We're here. And then my second step is to usually go in with an oil cleanser. I love oil cleansers. This is the Bioderma one. I've had this one for a while and like still whatever. I've gone through about 2 or 3 of these. So this is the Bioderma Ultra Nourishing Anti-Irritation Cleansing Oil. And then this is the Naturium Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Wash. I like both of these. I use them interchangeably. It's just kind of what mood I'm in. The Bioderma one has less of a scent to it, so I'm okay using this on my face as well. I have not tried this on my face, but because it is scented and it's a noticeable scent, I probably would not put this on my face just because I feel like it causes any irritation, but I haven't had any problems with it. So it's just a matter of what you want to use, what you feel closer to as far as oil cleansers. But adding an oil cleanser to your routine, it helps. And I know you're like, girl, this is just a money grab. Like, oh my God, they're so expensive. This one I think is like under $20. I think this one is like right under 30. So they are a little bit more expensive for soaps, but this one is 33.8 ounces. This one is 16.9 ounces. And they help that lipid bilayer. So they're nice, healthy fats that again will help plump your skin and make it glowy overall, and just help the overall moisture retention of your skin. Because if you're applying this afterwards, it's kind of acting as a sealant. And so those water molecules that are seeping into your pores, seeping into your skin, this is going on top, and it's like, oil? Okay, I'm gonna make it so that the water doesn't escape as easily. So think of it as like oil sitting on top of water is the best way for me to describe it. But either or, I like them both, use them interchangeably, and I can't even say I like one more than the other. And this one has a matching lotion. If you're into this scent, I think the lotion is very nice. It's not winter moisturizing, but it's a cool little, it's a little something, you know? Both are right. So number 3, while we're still in the shower, and I know this is a little controversial, okay? Because people may not agree with this one, but I do exfoliate my skin in some sense every single day. Whether it's a chemical exfoliant, a physical exfoliant, I use an exfoliating rag every single day. I exfoliate every single day, dry brushing, something is happening every single day to my skin, because With eczema and dermatitis, I'm also experiencing a lot of dry, shed skin. So I need to be able to remove that buildup off of my skin. So I do exfoliate a lot. And like I said, it can be, for me, it can be dry brushing. I do use a Korean exfoliating rag every single day. If you've ever seen any of my shower routines, it's a little pink rag. African net sponge does the same thing. If you have one, you don't need the other. And I use that as like my full body wash everywhere until we get down to my lady bits. I do also like to use sugar scrubs. I have a couple different of them. One of the most readily available ones you'll probably see are the tea tree ones, tree hut ones. These are tree hut. You'll see the tree hut ones. You can get them pretty much anywhere. They're not super expensive. I think most of them are under $10. They have a lot of fun scents. They're fun, they're cute, and they actually do the job. Now, do I think this is like my most aggressive sugar scrub? No. But I think for like daily use and being accessible, this is probably one of my best bets. Now, another one that I think is very, very good, but they just do not have a lot of scents, but I love it, is the raw sugar ones, editing Aliyah. The raw sugar scents, they're actual sugar scrubs, not the whipped sugar scrubs. They're very, very abrasive. They do smell good if you can find a scent that you actually like, but again, they don't have a lot of variety. But I think they're more abrasive than the tree hut ones, and I use both. I own both. It really just depends on what my skin needs. With that, also being aware, listen to your skin. Listen to your skin, listen to your hair. Your body, like your organs, have such a good way of communicating with you, and they'll tell you what you need and what your skincare is missing. There are days where my skin is a little bit drier, or I waited a little bit longer. If I wait like a full day to take a shower, if I'm only taking one shower for the day, my skin may be a little bit drier and it may need a little bit more of something. If the seasons are changing, that is such a big differentiator about how my skincare will go depending on what the seasons are, because it will determine how much time I spend like in the shower and moisturizing my skin versus like the aftercare that goes into my skin, maybe like the scent provision things that I use for my skin as well. Just listen to your skin. So take some time to get to know it, because you're going to know best what your skin feels like when it's moisturized, when it's hydrated, when it's on the drier side, when you're experiencing more texture. So just kind of really take some time and be aware of these things. And you can use one of these things at a time, and one thing may not work for you as well as another thing, and you may need to use these things interchangeably, and you just have to be kind of okay with spending time with the product. It's not going to be an overnight thing. It has taken me, I would say, my skin probably got to one of its worst states when I first moved to Georgia, and that was in 2014. And it probably took me, I would say, 2 years after that to get my skin back to like really good condition, or good condition. And then I went through a really, really bad eczema flare up around COVID, so maybe 2020. And it caused a lot of hyperpigmentation. I also had a really, really dry skin, and it was like also stress induced. So I had like a really big dark spot, and I say my skin has gotten back to like her full potential within the last, that probably took me like 2 years to completely heal. So it's not a quick process. It's not an overnight process. It's not fast fashion by any means. But once you get there, and then you're also able to kind of figure out what works for your skin a little bit more, and you're able to eliminate, and when you know what your skin is supposed to look like, you know what your skin is supposed to feel like, when things change, you're able to catch them very, very easily. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I promise, when you figure out what your skin looks like at its healthiest state, and the healthy state for you may be different than what it looks like to somebody else, because one hard thing to understand is like not everybody is going to have glass skin. Everyone's skin is not going to be the most even. Some people have strawberry legs, some people have a little bit more texture, some people, your pores are going to show a little bit more. So the healthy skin for you is not going to be synonymous for the healthy skin for me. It's not going to look the same thing on me as it's going to look on you. Our skin types, even though they may be similar, they're going to be different, and that is okay. You are a person. You're your own person. It is 7-8 billion people in this world, girl. Your skin health is your skin health. I'm just here to try to help you to get it as close as you want it to be. And having, I don't want to say like realistic expectations of your skin, but being aware that like if you had dry skin your whole life and, you know, hereditarily you have a little bit more hyperpigmentation in whatever area, sometimes if it's not like medical grade intervention, like it's okay. Imperfections are okay. I promise. I swear. My arms and my face, two completely different colors. The texture on my legs is probably never completely gonna go away. And I'm okay saying that. So I kind of lost count, but the next tip is, if you follow me on TikTok, then you know exactly what this tip is. Applying moisturizer to damp skin. Please, please, please hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. We'll talk about oils, we'll talk about body oils, we'll talk about body butters in a second. But hear me out when I say this. Applying water-based moisturizers to damp skin. So one of my favorite things, as soon as I get out the shower, I go ahead, I like to pat dry a little bit more, depending on what product I'm using. Will determine how much water I need to take off the surface of my skin. But I go ahead and pat dry to whatever extent I need to. And I go in and I apply lotion first thing out. Now, you'll know if something is a lotion versus a body butter versus a oil based on the ingredient label. You should be able to read the ingredient label. A lotion, the first ingredient is going to be water. Now, there is a little bit of misconception with this because there are things that will label themselves body butters, but water will still be the first ingredient. So technically it is a lotion, but do what you will with that information. And I think that's another thing that more people need to get into, because I'm big on reading ingredient lists. Now, you don't have to have a chemistry background. You don't have to have a STEM degree. I don't have a chemistry background, but I do have a STEM degree. But you don't have to have that to be able to read the ingredients. It's going to tell you the first ingredient. When you look at the ingredient list, water is going to be number one on the list, versus like a petroleum-based product where you'll see petroleum jelly as number one on the list, or versus a body butter that may have like shea butter or cocoa butter as the first thing on the list. But water, when you see that water first, that is going to indicate that something is a lotion, right? Now, you're going to want that water concentration as your first ingredient, because that water seeps into your skin molecularly. On a molecular level, it is actually small enough to actually seep into your skin. This is my favorite lotion. If you know, if you've been here, if you've ever heard me talk before, if you've ever seen my face, you have probably heard me talk about the lotion. This is the Eucerin Intensive Repair Lotion. I love her, okay? I've loved her so that this is one of the like main things that I would say has healed my eczema and has helped with the overall health of my skin. And it also has alpha hydroxyl acid in it, which is an exfoliant. When I say I exfoliate my skin every day, I mean every day. This helped with the dryness of my skin as well as cell turnover for me. So it's helped with how quickly my skin is able to repair itself, and how moisture is retaining in my skin. I'm telling you, I love this. When I was able to find this in the value size, I was like, girl, give me that, because I had it on Amazon subscription for so long. I've been using this probably nonstop for the past like 4 years. I don't have to use it as often now, but like if I ever have a eczema flare up or my skin is just acting a little funky, a little silly, like right now as the seasons are changing and my skin is like, actually I'm dry, this is my lotion. Or if I ever go through the thing, because I do like to use scented lotions. I really shouldn't, I swear I shouldn't. But I do like to use scented lotion. So one of the things I'll also do is put this on first and then put the scented lotion on top of it, because it'll also help reduce my chances of getting any irritation to my skin or having an allergic reaction if I do decide to use scented lotion. So this is my baby. I love her. I know some people don't like this lotion because it is a little bit heavier. My partner does not care for it at all, because he's like, this ashy ass dry ass lotion, he's like, it's so heavy, like it's so greasy. But the mineral oil, like the glycerin that's in it, the lactic acid, oh, it's so good, it's so good. It has castor oil in it. It's really, really good. Now, this does have oil in it, okay? And I love it because the water seeps into your skin, then the oil sits on top of your skin as a protectant, so it still gives me moisture and still being shiny, which Love her. Love her bad. But there are other options for lotion. This is the CeraVe moisturizing cream. It does have ceramides as well. This is a lotion first ingredient, and then glycerin is the second ingredient. This one's a little bit lighter. I do think it's pretty moisturizing. I don't think it's as moisturizing as my Eucerin, but for a summer lotion, if you have textural issues, I think this is a really, really good alternative. Again, also unscented. That's another thing. If you have dry skin, you might not be able to wear all the scented lotions because most scented lotions are really, really high in alcohol, and alcohol is gonna dry your skin out, babe. I'm sorry to tell you. So you might want to steal my little tip and trick about putting on a moisturizing lotion first, and then you can put your scented lotions on top of it. You can add your perfumes and perfume oils, whatever, right? Now, speaking of oils, let's talk about sealants. So I love sealants. I love perfume oils, and I do use them. I do use oils very seldom, but I do use them. I use them more for glow, and I think that's something that a lot of people should know. Oils are not small enough to seep into your pore. Oils molecularly are not small enough to seep into your skin. So when you use oils on your hair, on your scalp, on your skin, they sit on the surface. And like, that's fine because they're very shiny, they're very beautiful, they can help with scent, they can help with a lot of things, but use them as a sealant. Think of them as a sealing product. So I equate oils to like top coats. So you want to go ahead and put on lotion, find a lotion that works for you, any lotion, whatever you want it to be, I don't care. And then you can put the oil on top of it because that'll also help with the longevity of the moisture of your skin. Like if I only take one shower for the day, my skin is not going to feel dry. Versus if I were to just put oil on for the day, my skin would probably be dry in like 6-8 hours. And that's another thing. You cannot moisturize no dry ashy ass. When I say water is your best friend, please believe me when I say that. You need to moisturize your skin. Moisture starts with water. You cannot moisturize without water. You need to moisturize your skin before you can add moisture. You cannot apply moisture to dry skin. The skin needs to be damp. The skin needs to be hydrated. It has to have the water there to seep into. You putting lotion on top of ash is not helping you. It's not helping the health of your skin. It's not helping you overall. And you're going to be pissed off because you're going to need to reapply the lotion because it's not going to retain anything. It's going to be like, well, shit. Put on damp skin. That's why I like the damp skin tip. It helps so much. It's like your heels ever been ashy, you put some lotion on your heels and you be like, girl, this did not help. Because what is the water? You need the water. You need the water. Your little skin is dried up, shriveled up. It's like putting lotion onto dry skin is the equivalent to putting soap on a dried out ass sponge. That sponge has been sitting on your table for like 4 days and you haven't touched it, and then you just put soap on the sponge without adding any water to it. That is the equivalent of that. If you are not adding any water to your skin, if you're trying to re-moisturize on damp skin, it may get the job done for now, but it's not the best and most efficient way to use your time and to use your products. And girl, products are expensive. They're expensive. So use them the best way that you can and get the most out of your products. And the sooner you start taking better care of your skin and the health of your skin, the sooner you're going to start seeing results. It's that simple. So if you want to use sealants, if you want to use oils, if you want to add oils to product, you can. It's not the worst thing in the world. Even the same thing with your hair. If you want to add them, go right ahead. I just highly, I'm begging you, please put a lotion on first and then put this on top of it. Because I like oils too. I like perfume oils. I love this little oil. I put it on my legs whenever I wear like my legs out and stuff. Body butters, same idea. Because they are oil based, like if oil is the first ingredient, it's just not small enough to help you out. So put a little bit of lotion on first. You can mix it in if you need to. Like sometimes I'm using like 2 lotions at a time. That's a little excessive, but if it's just too much to be bothered to put lotion on, go right ahead. I'm so sorry I hit the mic. Just mix them together and put it on. Put the oil in the lotion. Like, do what you have to do to make it the easiest for you, but I'm telling you, these steps are going to help You hear that? Same thing with any additional sealants, petroleum-based products. If you have eczema, a petroleum-based product is going to be your best buddy. This, I don't even have regular Vaseline in the house. I really should. But this is the Houston Intensive Repair Essential Oil Balm. And then this is the Aquaphor Healing Ointment. Now, sometimes you don't always need the Aquaphor. Aquaphor has Lidocaine in it, which acts the same as like the epidermis of the skin. But like, I love Aquaphor. I'm an Aquaphor user. Very, very bad. Especially like around my nose. If you've ever seen, I know this is about body, but the same thing goes for my face as well. If you've ever had like white flaky skin, most likely around your nose or in between your eyebrows, that's dermatitis, pumpkin. I'm so sorry to tell you, that is dermatitis. And Lidocaine will help the skin barrier kind of repair itself so that you stop getting that flakiness. But everybody might not need Lidocaine, or you might be sensitive to it. I can use Aquaphor literally everywhere. On my heels. Girl, I could use this on my scalp if I really wanted to. You know what I can't use it on? My lips. It will make my, like, it gives me like the ring of fire. You know, this is like such a specific childhood memory. But if you're ever a kid that like licked your lips a lot in the winter and you got like your saliva starts eating away at the rim of your lip line, that was me. And that's what Lidocaine does to my lips specifically. But around my nose, on my eyes, I mean in between my brows, it does it. It won't really show it because I did skincare already, but I don't have any dry skin on my forehead right now. So yeah. And then petroleum-based products, same idea. You can use them as oil. I also, when it's colder outside, I like to use this on my knees and on my elbows. I also, if you've seen my shower routines, then you know how much I love a petroleum-based. It's having a single strand of hair in it. Like, can y'all see the hair? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, here it is. You see it? You can't even see my single strand of hair. Anyway, not important. It looks like a pube, but but the same idea with dry heels. To apply a petroleum-based product, Vaseline works, this works, Aquaphor works, and throw on some socks. And you want to do this again on damp skin. You want to do it on moist feet. We're not putting soap on a dry ass sponge and then trying to wipe the counters down, right? So you want to put it on damp skin, and it will help keep your heels, your elbows, your knees so supple, so moisturized. Lovely, beautiful gowns. Like, it's going to help so much. Okay, another, I guess, like bonus tip is cortisone, hydrocortisone, over-the-counter hydrocortisone. This is a 1%. Yes, but hear me out. The ointment version of it, so this is also petroleum based. Okay, this is petroleum based. If you are experiencing like flaky dry skin and it might be dermatitis, you can go to a dermatologist. But if you want like something in between, if you're not able to get to a dermatologist as quickly, cortisone. Just hear me out. Not the cream, but the ointment, and just apply a little bit to the area. Also, sometimes if I have like really big scalp flakes, I'll also use this on my scalp for my seborrheic dermatitis, because I do have seborrheic dermatitis, and it helps so much. I'm telling you, because a lot of times with seasonal changes, you probably also have issues with your allergies, and allergies are related to skin issues. Your epidermis is very much a reflection of what you ingest, whether that be orally or airborne of any kind. Your skin she's a reflection of you. There's just something about it. So you may be having an allergic reaction to things, and that is causing some of the dry skin, and this may be able to help you. This is kind of a hit or miss type of thing, but I always recommend people going for the ointment instead of the cream, especially if it's something like dermatitis, eczema related, because I know with me specifically, if I try to use the cream version of cortisone, I'm like, it don't itch, but like it's just not doing as good as I feel like it should be doing. Versus if I pick up the ointment, I'm like, y'all ate with that. completely different vibe. I'm telling you, just give it a try. It might be something that you just need one day. You don't even know you need it yet. But it's one of my favorite skincare secrets. I'll get like dry skin around here. Sometimes after I do my skincare, I'll just put on a thin layer of cortisone here and there. Now, don't overuse it like me, because this and Aquaphor, they're probably like two of my favorite things in the world. I could use these every single day. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. But for a little dry patch, a little spotty spot, it kind of eat, okay? Just hear me out. That is all. That is all that I have for today's video. I hope that these tips can help somebody somewhere, somehow, some way, because having skin that you don't know how to take care of, and it's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of mixed information, and everything will not work for everybody. And I need to reiterate that, because there are some things that I think are like the best skincare tips, and there are some things that like I'll hear people say and my skin be like, who is you talking to, ho? So everything will not work for everybody. So I hope that you can take what you need from this video. I hope that you gain something from this video. I hope that your skin gains something from this video. And also, don't be scared to take pictures of your skin. If you ever need help, if you got some questions, feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram or in the group chat. We have a group chat linked below. And if I can get back to you, if I know anything about it, I will get back to you. You just have to give me time if I see the DM, because being 110% honest, I just don't be checking DMs. Like if it's like requested DMs, I don't check them a lot. And your girl is MCAT test prepping. I'm still in school. Chicken nugget got games. Like I'm traveling. Like there's just a lot of things going on. So like when I see them, if I can help, I promise I will. Or you can drop your questions down in the comments and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible if I have the answers. And sometimes I don't have the answers. Like I said, I'm still in school. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to be a vessel for all the information that I have to retain. So sometimes it does require me to like look up a couple things, go ask people that I know, go ask physicians that I know. So just be patient with me if you do have questions. But I really do hope that this has been helpful to somebody. I hope that this gives you like a little bit of peace of mind, because it's hard. And like I had very dry skin. I had hypopigmentation. So I had lightening of the skin, and like I had like light patches on my skin at one point. And I had a doctor, and he was a Southeast Asian man, to be able to help me with my skin. And he's the reason that I even want to go into medicine still to this day, because he saw me, a little black girl, and was like, you could be a doctor. He saw me, a little black girl, and was able to fix my skin for what it needs to be. And that at the time, because I had like I didn't see that, and nobody was able to do it. And stuff is going to look so different on black skin. And I know plenty of other like black doctors that talk about this, and I'm super grateful to live in Atlanta, where I have such a good network of black doctors and POC doctors, and that are able to see it in our skin tones, and I'm able to learn it in our skin tones like so much. But with that, there are still so many doctors who have never seen this thing. There are so many people who don't have the same resources. You may not be able to go to a dermatologist all the time. You may not be able to, like, it just may not be available, and over the counter may be your only option. And I really, really, genuinely and truly, I love skin. I do. It's your largest organ. She protects us every day. Like she is your hardest working soldier, like truly and honestly. And I love her so bad. And even though like it's a thing, like don't judge a book by its cover, and people aren't supposed to judge you by the way that you look, so many times and so often you are judged by your skin. And dry skin and like the look of dry skin, or like feeling bad about your skin, can make you sad. I was depressed. I was bullied in high school because of my skin, you know? So I'm coming from a place of like, been there, have been through it, and like it's not even all you know, fucking rainbows and unicorns, even when it comes to my skin now, because I still get eczema breakouts. My skin goes through these seasonal changes. If my allergies are bad, my skin gets a little bit worse. If I'm not staying on top of all my skincare, my skin gets a little bit worse. That texture starts showing up, all the things. So I'm coming from a place of experience. I'm coming from a place of like, girl, been there, still here with you. Like, the skin type ain't changed. The care for it just has. And I really genuinely hope that this can give you a little peace of mind. It can give you a little bit of help. It can give you something. I hope you got something out of today's video. But that is all. And I love you guys so much. I really am wishing you a happy healing and glowy skincare season as we move into the fall. And I will talk to you guys later. All right, love you. Bye.